Hello, viewers. I'm Mr. Dilip Kumar Pal, stand before you with the topic Affirmative Actions to Protect Third Gender Rights. It means what positive steps will be taken to protect third gender or transgender rights. It is found in +3 fifth semester Ethics and Value paper, and the name of the paper is Vulnerable Section Society Understanding Their Issues. In +3 fifth semester Ethics and Value paper, there is a chapter third gender. In the third gender, there is a topic affirmative actions to protect third gender rights. It means what positive steps will be taken to protect third gender or transgender, or in Indian language it is Hinjada. But before I discuss affirmative actions for the protection of third gender rights, I want to inform my viewers that my channel name is @Dilip Kumar Pal 9375, where you will find topics of +3 level in video form and topics of +2 level in video form. So what topics you will find of +3 level? From +3 first semester to +3 sixth semester, political and honors. From +3 first semester to fifth semester, ethics and values. From +3 first semester to second semester, political and general elective. And environmental studies videos of +3 first semester are found in this channel. In so far as +2 level is concerned, entire political science courses are found in this channel in video form, and some political science videos of +3 of +2 first year topics are found in this video. I want to inform my viewers that any video on any topic you want, just write my name Dilip Kumar Pal and the name of the topic in Google or YouTube. You will get bilingual videos in English and Odia. And I want to say that any video you will find in Odia, be sure its English version is also in the channel. And any video you will find in English, be sure its Odia version is also in the channel. Let us start. Affirmative actions to protect third gender rights. It means what positive steps will be taken to protect third gender rights. For a better society, all genders must be developed. For a better society, all genders, maybe male or female or transgender, must be developed. So for the development of third gender, affirmative action must be taken for the protection of their rights, which are mentioned below. For the development of society, for a better society, development of all genders must be made. So, for the development of third gender people, affirmative action must be taken to protect their rights. Following are affirmative actions which must be taken to protect rights of third gender. Affirmative actions to protect third gender rights. So what steps will be taken to protect third gender rights? Number 1, educate yourself and others about gender identity and expression. The first affirmative action for the protection of third gender right is educate yourself and others about gender identity and expression. What it means? The first affirmative action to protect third gender right is to gain a deep understanding of what it means to be third gender or non-binary to better advocate for their rights. The first important affirmative action to protect third gender right is that one must have deep understanding about the meaning of third gender, so that once a person will be clear, or once a person will have deep understanding about the meaning of third gender, it will help him to fight for the rights in a better way. Unless a person will have deep understanding about the meaning of third gender, he cannot work for the protection of third gender rights. So the first affirmative action for the protection of rights of third gender is that one must have deep understanding about the meaning of third gender, and it will help him to fight for him in a better way. Number 2, supporting organizations dedicated to transgender rights. Second affirmative action for the protection of third gender right is that one must support those organizations who are fighting for the protection of rights of third gender. Another affirmative action to protect third gender right is to support those organizations which are working for third gender rights. Another affirmative action for the protection of third gender right is to support those organizations who are fighting for the transgender rights. Number 3, speak out against discrimination to transgender. Whenever there will be any discrimination to transgender, one must speak out. So it is also an affirmative action. Another affirmative action to protect third gender right is to speak out against any type of discriminations towards third gender or transgender. Another affirmative action for the protection of third gender right is that one must speak out. One must express whenever there will be any discrimination for the third gender. It is also an affirmative action. Number 4, actively challenging transphobic language or behavior. It is another affirmative action to protect third gender rights. It means whenever some people will make fun or make joke with third gender people, it is known as transphobic. One must resist it. Another affirmative action to protect third gender right is to challenge transphobic language or comment to make fun or joke with third gender people. Another affirmative action for the protection of third gender right is that whenever any transphobic or whenever people will give comment to fun, to make joke with third gender people, one must resist. One must give challenge to them. Number 5, be an ally, be a friend. Another affirmative action to protect third gender right is to show your support publicly for third gender rights. Be an ally means another affirmative action for the protection of third gender right is be an ally. It means another affirmative action to protect third gender is to show your support publicly for transgender rights. Be an ally means another affirmative action for the protection of third gender right is that one must support publicly for the third gender rights. 6, contact elected officials to push for legislation protecting third gender rights. It means one must consult elected officials to make legislation for third gender rights. Another affirmative action to protect third gender right is to contact elected officials to push for legislation or make legislation for protecting third gender rights in areas like employment, healthcare, housing. Another affirmative action for the protection of third gender right is that one must consult with elected officials to make law for third gender rights in the field of employment, healthcare, housing. Seven affirmative action is advocating inclusive policies in workplace and schools. Another affirmative action for the protection of third gender right is advocate or make inclusive policies in workplace and schools. So what is an inclusive policy? It means practices and guidelines to be designed to ensure everyone feels welcomed, valued, has equal access to opportunities regardless of their background, identity, or ability or gender. Another affirmative action for the protection of third gender right is to adopt inclusive policy in workplace and schools. Inclusive policy means in education institutions, workplace, guidelines will be prepared in such a manner that all people will be welcomed, all people will be respected, irrespective of their background, gender, and ability. 8. Amplify the voice of third gender. Another affirmative action for the protection of third gender right is amplify the voice of third gender. It means steps must be taken to give platform to the voices of third gender who face barriers to equality. It means steps must be taken to express the problem of third gender rights who face barriers in the enjoyment of the rights. Amplify the voice of third gender rights. It means steps must be taken to give platform to the voices of third gender who face barriers to equality. It means steps must be taken by which problems of third gender people are expressed, problems in the enjoyment of third gender people are expressed, and what problem they are facing in the enjoyment of rights must be expressed so that their problem in the enjoyment of rights will be solved. 9. Engage in dialogue. Another affirmative action to protect third gender right is to have open conversation with friends, family, and colleagues to raise awareness about the need of rights of third gender rights. Engage in dialogue. When another affirmative action for the protection of third gender right is that one must have always discussion with friends, relatives, colleagues about the third gender rights. By this, an awareness will be made. About the need of third gender rights. 10. Actively support third gender individual in your community. Another affirmative action for the protection of third gender right is to actively support third gender individual in your community. Another affirmative action for the protection of third gender right is to actively support third gender people in the community. Actively supporting third gender people in the community is another method to protect their rights. Third gender people who are living in the community, they must be given active support. They must be supported. By this, their rights will be protected. 10. 11. Be patient. To protect third gender rights, one must be patient. How? Why? Social change takes time. So, continuous efforts must be made for the protection of third gender rights. Another affirmative action for the protection of third gender right is be patient. It means social change will take time. So, one must have continuous efforts to fight for the rights of third gender. One must not be nervous. Social change will take time. One must have continuous efforts to work for the protection of third gender rights. Finally, respecting pronouns and names. It means third gender people, whenever for a third gender people, respected words must be used. They must not be, words must not be used by which they will feel. Respecting pronouns and names. Always use correct pronouns and names that a transgender person identifies. Always respected names, respective words must be used for the third gender people. And politely correct others if they misgender someone. So another affirmative action for the protection of rights of third gender people is to utter them respectively. They should not be told something by which they will be humiliated. They will be dealt respectively. They will be pronounced respectively. They will be behaved respectively. So, by above affirmative actions, rights of third gender people will be protected. So, I request my viewers to subscribe my channel so new videos will come to you. And the most important thing is, aware of your friends, maybe a +2 or +3, about this channel, so students will be benefited. Remember, a little help to anybody will not go in vain. It is a type of social work. Thank you. Have a good day.